Welcome to Malta and to its capital city Valletta, built 500 years ago as an impregnable fortress against invading forces and still intact despite the most intensive of German bombing during the Second World War. And it's here that 30 men from America to Australia, Latvia to South Africa have come to pull trucks, boats, even aircraft. And at the end of the week, one of them will be the strongest man in the world. In this year's Metrex Trophy, there are 5 heats. There'll be 6 men taking part in each of them, 6 events overall, and 2 will go through to the final.
My name's Jamie Barr. I'm the British representative. I'm fighting for a place in the final for Scotland, but it's not going to be easy. Magnus Samuelsson, he's the defending champion. He's big, he's blonde, he's Swedish. Some people think he's sexy. To me, he's just someone to beat. Mark Filippi, the American, he made the final last year and was going well until he got injured. Definitely one to watch. Joe Onasai, he's been a world finalist twice before and he's the heaviest man in the competition this year at over 30 stones. Grant Edwards was a track and field athlete. He's fit, he's fast and he's very strong. Israel Sanguinet. No one knows much about this bloke. He's Spanish and he sounds like he might be a cabaret singer. And finally me. I was third in Britain's strongest man. My strength lies in my athleticism and I'll give 110%.
And today those 6 men will be pulling boats, truck pulling, some serious humping. A brand new event, the Pillars of Hercules, lifting logs, and they finish with a bit of everything. The whole thing gets underway at Valletta Harbour, and our commentator is Paul Dickinson.
Nervous moments for all 6 strength athletes, especially for Israel Sanguinetti from Spain, a first-timer in World's Strongest Man competition. As it is for Grant Edwards, the big Australian, 6 feet 5 inches tall. Mark Filippi from Las Vegas, a terrible injury in last year's competition, and then the defending champion, the giant Magnus Samuelsson from Sweden.
From Western Samoa,
the heaviest man in this heat, Joe Onasai from Samoa.
From Scotland, Jamie Barr.
And from Fife in Scotland, Jamie Barr. 2 100-kilogram sacks have got to be carried down the 25-metre course, put into the boat, and then everything is dragged back. Douglas Edmonds gets them away. Samuelsson, very, very quick. Mark Filippi to his right-hand side, and Jamie Barr's going well too. Look at Samuelsson go, that's tremendous sprinting. Samuelsson in first place. Barr is not very far behind. Joe Onasai is really struggling. The biggest man, well, you can't call that a sprint, it's a bit of a waddle. Samuelsson, the first to get his hands on that boat and start dragging it, but Jamie Barr is there too. In fact, the Scot is moving ahead of the reigning world's strongest man. It's Jamie Barr in the lead, and that is incredible. Joe Onasai, his second sack, that's 15 stones. Twice he's put into that boat, but he's way, way off the pace. And Jamie Barr is leading. This is amazing. Pulling it in little spurts. The clock is running down. The time limit is 75 seconds. They're running out of time. But as long as Jamie Barr can stay ahead of the Swede, he's going to take the maximum 6 points. Oh. He's absolutely exhausted, but what a fantastic first effort. Christine, as always, urging on her husband, and Jamie Barr has won it. He's beaten Magnus Samuelsson in this first event. Samuelsson down and out, but he's going to have to settle for second place.
You said beforehand it was the old athleticism that was going to count for you. Did that come into play there?
Oh, well, that's why he's lying down.
You're not.
Celtic power.
Celtic power. Did you expect to win that?
No, but I needed to pick up maximum points. The truck pulls next, it's a bodyweight thing, so I'll be up against it.
It looks worse than it is because to do the event is not a problem, but as soon as I stop to perform and heart rhythm starts to go down a bit, blood pressure goes down with it, so I just faints the whole time. That's what happens really. 2 weeks ago, before I went sick, it was the strongest I ever been in my whole life, so don't count me out yet, that's for sure.
And you discount Samuelsson at your peril. 5 points for the defending champion, but 6, and what a great start for Jamie Barr. Now staying down at the harbour for the strongman's traditional favourite event, the truck pull. Interesting though, to see how the Australian's going to get on in this. And Grant Edwards found it tough going. 48.47 was his time for the truck pull. And that was then beaten by the American Mark Filippi, 46.28. Israel Sanguinet, maybe he should stick to cabaret singing, 55.41. And another good performance from Jamie Barr. He was the leader after the first 4 men had gone, 42.63. So still to come, Samuelsson, and before him, Joe Onosai.
Well, in terms of truck pulling, Joe Onosai, one of the most experienced men here. He's got more experience in truck pulling than probably Eddie Stobart has. He's well equipped for this event, over 30 stones in body weight. And pulling that 17-ton truck at the moment, he's making it look very, very easy indeed. Pulling with his arms, driving with his legs as well. He's got those climbing boots on too, which a lot of the strong men are wearing. That gives extra grip. It's Jamie Barr who's in the lead at the moment at 42.63. He's well over halfway. Being urged on by Jamie Reeves, one of the marshals here. He won World's Strongest Man in 1989. It's a very fast time. 37.47. The big Samoan has done it.
You're 5 seconds quicker than anybody else. That's a huge difference. Pretty pleased, eh?
Really?
Yeah, in this heat, yeah.
Oh, excellent. But Samuelsson is coming up, and he's really good at this. So it should be interesting.
Well, the reigning champion hasn't been feeling 100% since he got here, but he is a tremendous competitor. He's not as heavy as Joe, but he's much, much bigger. His arms are absolutely massive. I swear he's put about 2 inches on around his arms since he won the title last year. He's been training very, very hard. Well, as far as Britain is concerned, and certainly Scotland, we're watching out for Jamie Barr's time still at 42.63. But Magnus has just got one thing on his mind. He's got to try and beat Joe Onosai. He wants to win this second event. The Swede is really going for it. He's certainly going to beat Jamie Barr's time, but can he beat Joe Onosai? It's very, very close. 37.91 seconds confirmed. Samuelsson is second, and Samoa win the truck pull. Just half a second advantage for Samoa and Joe Onosai, but it's a significant event for him.
And so the bigger you are, maybe the easier the truck pull is. 6 points for Onosai, 5 for Samuelsson. And a 3-way tie after the first 2 events. What an intriguing heat this could be. Poor old Israel Sanguinet, though, he's in trouble. And so the next heat included Mark Filippi. And if you were watching this programme last year, you may recall he dropped a car on his leg. He's had a year of agony.
My first goal was to get here. My second goal was to try and make the finals. Now I got a little bit of a hole to dig out of, but all I can do is best I can. And whatever happens, happens, and go on.
So how big is this hole, do you think? What do you need to do over the next 2 or 3 events?
I need to peck away, get a point here or there. You know, 4 events left, and if I can do that, you know, come down to the last event. If I can't, then you just go on, learn from it, and go on.
On the whistle.
So away we go, Mark Filippi on the right-hand side. It really is terrific to see him back in World's Strongest Man competition. But both of them here have got something to prove. The sack goes on, 100 kilos, 15 stones. This is going to be tough. 105 kilograms. Oh, both of them making it look lightweight. That was very, very good. They're absolutely locked together at the moment. Now 110 kilos, 17 stones. That weighs about as much as a washing machine. Oh, Felipe's thrown it off the back. He's got to go round and put it on properly. An advantage for Jamie Barr. And what a fascinating situation it is in terms of the overall points. Jamie Barr is locked together on 10 points at the moment with Onosai and with Samuelson. Now, this is very difficult at the end of what has been a tough event. 240 kilos, it's all got to go on the platform. And Jamie Barr has set the pace. He's finished. Just under 57 seconds for the Scot. And Felipe is some way behind. 75 seconds, the time limit. He's got to get that last link onto the platform, and he's done it.
Well, Magnus will put a good time in. But main point, we should beat Joe, because Joe's not exactly quick on his feet. It's not his strong point. But then he's got two good events coming up. So it'd be nice to steal a point off him.
Timekeepers.
Joe Onosai on the left-hand side and Samuelson. Samuelson racing away. Now, this was a problem for Joe Onosai in the very first event. And he's slow with the sack again. He's certainly got the strength, but his mobility is certainly questionable. Unlike Samuelson, who's going like a train. Jamie Barr's time of 56.52, the target. Samuelson is already on the log. Oh, so easy for the Swede. Onosai is falling back all the time. The anchor goes up. The anchor 105 kilos, now the heaviest item, the chain. Come on, Joe Onosai, you've got a bit of work to do. I think this event is going to make a huge difference to the overall points totals of all these men. Samuelson is finished, and he's won it. He's won it by a long way. He's beaten Jamie Barr by 11 seconds. And Joe Onosai, well, he's chasing Jamie Barr's time. I don't think he can catch the Scot. 56 seconds has been and gone. And now his job is to try and finish. To try and stay ahead of Mark Felipe, who finished in 71.31. He's only got 4 seconds to go. He's outside the time, but can he finish the event anyway? 75 seconds, the time limit. The Samoan is not going to do it. This has not been a good event for him. And that is Magnus Samuelsson's first victory in the heat.
I think, you know, this day is a crucial day for most of the guys. So everybody's going mad today, I think. So I think this one and the next one is the most, probably the most important events in the whole competition.
So at the halfway stage, Samuelson getting into the swing of things, Barr still going well. That was a bad result, though, for Joe Onosai, which means that he's now 2 points adrift of Jamie Barr, and maybe Mark Felipe isn't out of it.